Well, okay, we refer to an embryo usually as a cleavage stage embryo, which means on the second and third day after fertilization, you see either 4 cells normally on the second day and 8 cells normally on the third day. And it just looks like a ball of cells, either 4 cells or 8 cells. And then after the final day on the fourth, not the final, but next to the final day on the fourth day, that what looked like a ball of cells, we call it compaction. They all sort of glue together and you can't really make out cell outlines. It looks like a glob as they're coming together and these different cells are becoming one and talk to each other. Then on the fifth day or the sixth day, a lake develops inside that mass of cells called, and it's called a blastocyst, that lake. And that just means that you finally have what looks like a 5 or 6 day embryo, which is really called a blastocyst. And it looks differently. You see these cells on the outside, which could be in any diameter. It could be, we hope it's more than 12 cells, cellular diameter, which becomes the trophectoderm, which will become the placenta. And then there's a glob kind of mass. It looks like a soccer ball, but a glob kind of mass inside there stuck to it, which is called the inner cell mass, and that will become the fetus. So we have those two components well demarcated by 5 and 6 days post fertilization. Totally different look than the embryo, which is we usually go for the third day post fertilization, where it just looks like a ball of cells. So that's really the difference. The way blastocysts are more difficult to freeze safely. We know how to do it really, really safely because we work with the Japanese that invented this very, very closely. It's not easy. You can definitely hurt blastocysts by freezing them, but we don't. But it could be, it's much more fragile a process than day 3. Day 3 cells are no problem with vitrification, and so most people have success with freezing day 3s. So we'll freeze either day 3 or blastocyst, depending on the patient and the situation, and that's the difference. Now, the baby rate per egg is higher with day 3. We checked that out in 14,000 cycles, but it's only statistically significantly higher. It's not huge or orders of magnitude. But the baby rate per transfer is higher with a blastocyst, which means some day 3 embryos don't go to blastocyst. And so that's the best I can tell you in short order, the difference between day 3 embryos, which are called embryos, and blastocysts, which are usually day 5 or day 6.